Hey guys, I'm here at the Startup Weekend Tampa. I'm here with the lead organizer, Trey. Welcome.
Hey guys.
And I gotta say, I just walked into the door and there's a lot of excitement, and I want to know what's going on. Like, what's Startup Weekend all about?
Right, so Startup Weekend is a 54-hour event where people come together to build businesses from the ground up and then pitch them back to successful entrepreneurs and executives from around Tampa. It's just an innovative space that accelerates growth. It's an action-oriented competition.
Cool. And how often do you do that? Like once a year? Or?
About semi-annually in each individual city, but Startup Weekend happens all over the world. It's happening in tons of places right now.
And also this space is amazing. I mean, I walk in here, I feel like I'm in Silicon Valley right now. Where we at? Tell me a little bit about it.
It's gorgeous. Yeah, the University of Tampa just built this. It's the Loth Entrepreneurship Center. Incredible, just high-tech, everything. Really inspires everybody here. We're glad to be here.
I've been walking around and I see a lot of heads put together, and they're talking about all the stuff, setting up, what it takes. Like how many teams, how many people showed up yesterday, and give me a little breakdown of that.
We've got about 65 participants, 9 teams building 9 separate business ideas. And then on Sunday, they'll pitch them all back to some successful entrepreneurs, give out some prizes, and then after that, they'll have the opportunity to pitch globally to our global community to really accelerate their growth.
And hopefully get a lot of funding. We're going to see a lot of funding, open the checkbooks so they can expand on their ideas, right?
Hopefully they're good enough.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, that's a great idea. I think we're going to go check out some of the guys, what they're doing. All right, so you made our way to the resource center here, and I got to talk to Aaron. So tell me a little bit about what your team is doing. Was the team easy in?
Sure, easy in.
Easy in,
Sure, so we think that passwords and usernames suck, and we're done with them.
Suck,
and
they do.
We all have this finger, right? So we just want to replace passwords and usernames with finger biometric authentication. Yeah,
fantastic. Well, I wish you best of luck.
Thank you.
Great idea.
Thanks.
Let's see, maybe we'll see more of the idea sooner or later.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Good to meet you.
Yeah. All right, so we made it out to the heart of the Entrepreneur Center where the sugar and the caffeine is dispensed. So we're meeting up here with Daniel. Daniel, thanks for joining us.
No problem.
Now, he's the facilitator. I like this name, the facilitator of the Startup Weekend. Just give me a little bit of a kind of history. When did that get started, and also how do those weekend kind of help or affect the local community?
So Startup Weekend was created in 2007 out in Boulder, Colorado as an idea to bring a whole bunch of coders together and see what in the world that they could bring together and out of the woodwork while they were working on other startups. So after that, it started spreading to different communities, and so far in 2015 there's been thousands of events, hundreds of thousands of attendees in 6 continents around the United States. So it's one event right after another.
All right, so we're here with Maslow, the team. You guys, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And so tell me a little bit about what's Maslow, what do you guys do?
Perfect. So, at Maslow, we believe that access to healthy food at an affordable cost is critical. Everyone deserves to eat. No one deserves to go hungry.
Yeah.
And you should be able to have that access. So we're basically turning every home into a restaurant.
Okay.
And so the foundation of it, the cook eats for free, the guest pays cost of food, and that stays within a $6 to $10 price point for everybody. So not only are you doing that, but you're connecting people through similar interests.
Yeah.
So now you're building community within each local city that this takes place in.
Wow. So Janice, you basically you connect people. You love
Basically.
That. Yeah.
Think Airbnb for food.
You have 54 hours to accomplish this, right? So where are you guys at right now?
Right now we're doing a lot of market validations. We're trying to see whether people would actually pay for it, and luckily the response has been overwhelmingly positive. People want to meet new people, they want to eat new foods, and it's a good way to do both.
Hey you guys, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Mark, I love the shirt by Go Bulls.
Go Bulls.
Kiki, thanks for coming. All right, so we managed to pull one of the mentors, Steve, the founder of Dabble Lab, one of the founders of Tampa Bay Wave. We love you guys. Thanks for stopping by. So
my pleasure.
So what are the things that some of these groups they ask you? Like, what do you mentor them? What's the most one of the questions they ask you a lot?
Well, they ask a lot of questions. One of the things that I try to focus on is really how they're going to validate their idea.
Okay.
So it's easy to get real excited about the idea, and that's great. There's a lot of really great ideas here.
Right.
But you've got to temper your excitement with your ability to actually get other people to buy and proving that you can make that happen, and that there's a way of not just getting people interested, but getting them to buy and come back and buy again is really important. So what I try to stress is, how do you know that you're going to be able to do that? What is the evidence that you can show to say this is something that people want, and I know that because I did this.
Exactly.
And so that's what I try to focus on.
So you want to be realistic. You don't want to
absolutely.
And sometimes you have to kind of crush their, I wouldn't call it crush their dreams, but you have to put it in perspective a little bit.
A dream is great, but we're talking about building a company.
Right.
And to build a company, you've got to get, keep and grow customers. And
Exactly.
the sooner that you can prove that you can make that happen, the sooner that you're on the road to really building a company. And so dream, but make something happen.
Yeah.
And getting customers is where it's at.
Fantastic. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
Cool. All right, so we're here at the Entrepreneur Center lobby, and we're catching up with Gracie. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem.
I got a question for you. One of the organizers here at Startup Weekend Tampa. Like, how did you get involved in that?
I started about 3 years ago
Right.
as a volunteer. It was just something that I thought was really interesting.
Yeah.
And then I came on as an organizer
Right.
A couple years ago, and so now it's really exciting. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
We are bringing on new organizing team members, and our
Right.
team is evolving, and really cool stuff's happening.
So over the years, since you've been doing it for 3 years, you're seeing there are more entrepreneurs coming out. It gets bigger and better here in Tampa. They have what it takes.
Absolutely.
Not just Silicon Valley,
No, there's a lot of really cool startups that have come out of Startup Weekend. It's a really good thing for our community, and
Right.
we're trying to foster that from the bottom up. And whether they start crazy, awesome startups
Right.
here, or they learn how to do it,
Exactly.
awesome stuff is coming from.
Well, you
this
guys are
event.
definitely doing it right. So you got to join the Startup Weekend Tampa Mania, right? All right, see you guys. All right, guys, I hope you guys had a great time. That's a wrap for Startup Weekend Tampa. See you guys later.